Hey, I'm Mike Handcock and welcome to our monthly little tips. This month is all about competition. Competition is your friend. Now I'm speaking to you here from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, where I've just been downstairs outside the hotel and into the shopping centre where there would be literally about 50 or 60 different little food outlets, millions of different clothing stores, even a Harvey Norman's. There's a whole lot of stuff going on down there. So it got me thinking about competition. Is competition a bad thing? See, most businesses would think that competition is a bad thing. But in fact, without competition, you can never aspire to be better than what you are today. For instance, I'm a musician, and I just know that if I'm playing with other musicians that are not really that good, I'm not really playing that well. As a matter of fact, I don't aspire to be much better than they are. So I sort of tend to end up at the level that they are. Whereas if I tend to play with people who are so much better at playing than what I am, then what actually happens is that I now start to play so much phenomenally better than I can play as well. So I'm rising to the level of that competition. A number of years ago, I had a great learning around competition where somebody actually rang me up, and what they said to me is they said they actually wanted to sue me at the time for what was irrelevant, and as it turned out they were mistaken, so we got to the bottom of it. But during the process of them telling me that I owed them some money, I said to them, well, look, I want to come down and I want to actually sort this out with you. And it meant me getting on a plane, flying about 700 kilometers to another city and actually sitting down with them. They were quite surprised at this, that I was actually going to do that and, not just hang up on them. So they agreed to it. So we went out for coffee in their city, and as we got through the discussion, we realized it was all a big mistake that actually revolved around somebody else. What came out of that discussion was that they were direct competition for what I was doing at the time. Absolutely direct competition. But also what came out of it was that they specialized in a particular niche that I didn't specialize in. So whilst we're in the same industry doing the same thing, this was their niche and this was my niche. So what we came to the conclusion of is that I would refer clients that fitted their niche to them, and they would refer clients that fitted my niche to me. So over that next 12 months, I would actually put down a figure and say probably around $80,000 to $100,000 in fees were generated to me by the referrals that they gave to me. I'm not sure of the amount that went back to them in fees, but it probably would have been a similar sort of figure. So here you have it. Competition is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes your competitors can be absolutely your best friends. Sometimes by bringing the competitors together, you can get a massive competitive advantage in your industry over something else. That's called critical mass. During the 2000 America's Cup race in Auckland in New Zealand, what happened was that we created this place called the Viaduct Harbour down there, if you've ever been to Auckland. And in the viaduct there would be around about 45, 50 restaurants, all operating within a square kilometre. Most people said this is going to fail because there's too many restaurants and all that sort of thing. To this day, the viaduct is still a vibrant, happening place. And the reason why is the critical mass of the restaurants coming together in the one area has said to people, well, where do you want to go for dinner? Well, let's go to the viaduct and we'll work it out later. So everybody en masse has gone there and then gone off to their own separate restaurants. So don't be scared of competition, embrace it. Sometimes your competitors can be your best friends. I'm Mike Handcock, and I'll see you again next time.